Hello, Faith Community Church family and friends. Welcome to our Thankful Thursday 12 at 12 p.m. And I wanted to, one is encourage you, if you can, come back to church 9 and 10:30 a.m. If you're not feeling sick or not having any kind of physical condition, we are here on Sunday mornings, 9 a.m. and 10:30 a.m. We are social distancing. We have plastic seat covers you get to use as a souvenir. You get to keep it and use it as a poncho if you want later, or a protective bubble to walk around the rest of the day. It's great on Sundays. Here, we're just doing everything we can to keep everybody safe, and it's been a great experience. People have said how wonderful it is just to kind of worship together here in person again. So we're doing that. We're still open. We're following all the guidelines, etc. So come and worship together with us here. And then also online, if you're not feeling well or you have a condition that it's better to be at home, we are still doing our Facebook Live at 9 a.m. And then that live recording, we try to load up for our YouTube at 10:30. Sometimes it's around 10:30-ish. So by 10:45, I've noticed it's up, if not before that. So maybe, adjust it to 10:45. And then it's up there and you can watch it and worship together as well if you're needing to stay at home. But definitely, if you can, we'd love to see you here. It's so great to see everybody coming back, and that's a blessing, the two services. And so one of the things too is this coming Sunday, we have our daily breads that are the large print edition, the small print edition here, separated so you can just get one without touching anybody else's. You can get your daily bread, and those are free. We, support a ministry, the Daily Bread, and so that's a blessing. A nice little devotional that you can use in the morning. Just if you don't have a lot of time, just a few minutes. It's really easy to read and real encouraging with a little verse and a passage of scripture you can read, and then also a really cool story that goes with it that kind of encourages and inspires you. So that's one of the things I'll do in the morning, as well as doing another devotional as well, and getting into the Word of God. But today's is called Never Enough. And it's about Thanksgiving in a sense, because over in Ecclesiastes chapter 1, verse 8, it says over there, "The eye is not satisfied with seeing, nor the ear filled with hearing." So the eye is never satisfied with seeing, and the ear is never really full of hearing. In other words, it's never enough. Have you ever experienced that? And I'm not talking about the never enough, never. But I guess in that movie that also, The Greatest Showman, it kind of showed that as well, that, this lady had all this success and she's like a star, finally achieved her goal, worldwide fame. And yet she's singing this song, never enough, never. That song where she's talking about how all of it's never enough if you don't have something else that you really need. And so there's a story here of Frank Borman, and we just had the SpaceX and the NASA launch and astronauts. It was really cool to kind of see a couple guys there in the vessel there that were the Falcon. It's just really exciting kind of to see that. And there's a story here about something that happened as well like that. It says Frank Borman commanded the first space mission that circled the moon. He wasn't impressed. Never enough. The trip took 2 days both ways. Frank got motion sickness, threw up. Have you ever been on vacation? I've been on that, where we went to Hawaii. Thought it's going to be amazing. The family's going to be together. And this was when the kids were much younger. Went to Hawaii and thought, yes, we're here. This is amazing. And the kids wanted to play video games all day. Didn't want to go outside in the ocean. It's like, what? So, and my wife and I were arguing because of, different things like that. And finances. It's just like, here we are in like paradise, right? In like the greatest place ever, and it's never enough. And he actually kind of goes on to talk about that he went, and got motion sickness. He threw up. He said being weightless was cool for 30 seconds. Then he got used to it. Up close, he found the moon drab, pockmarked with craters. His crew took pictures of the gray wasteland, then became bored. Frank went where no one had gone before. It wasn't enough. If he quickly tired of an experience that was out of this world, perhaps we should lower our expectations for what lies in this one. The teacher of Ecclesiastes observed that no earthly experience delivers ultimate joy. The eye never has enough of seeing, nor the ear its fill of hearing. Verse 8 of Ecclesiastes 1. We may feel moments of ecstasy, but our elation soon wears off, and we seek the next thrill. Frank had one exhilarating moment when he saw the earth rise from the darkness behind the moon. Like a blue and white swirled marble, our world sparkled in the sun's light. Similarly, our truest joy comes from the sun shining on us, S-O-N, not S-U-N, but the sun, Jesus Christ, shining on us. True joy comes from that. Our deepest satisfaction comes from out of this world. Our problem, we can go all the way to the moon, yet still not go far enough. When have you felt the most joy? Why didn't it last? What can you learn from its fleeting nature? Jesus, shine the light of your love on me. And that's one of the things, even as families, that we can just not really appreciate each other, not even really appreciate the moment we're in, even when we're on vacation, even when we're happily together. And one of the things I have shared before is in the car, when everyone seems kind of cranky and angry or arguing, whatever, one of us, because we taught our kids this when they were younger, and we do it now still at times when we're all in the car, is when kind of like some arguing is happening, is one person will say, count your blessings, name them one by one. And then everyone else has to join in and almost everyone does, except for that one person. Sometimes it's like the one that's really mad, like, no, I don't want to sing count your blessings. And they're the ones then who has to go first with counting their blessings. And, so one of the things that I'll always say, and my family gets like, we got to say something different, is I always say, I am so thankful that we're here together as a family. It's like, yes, boring. We know that, but what else, Dad? So I have to go to something else. But yeah, just being thankful for what we have. And even in this COVID-19 situation we're in, it's a crazy time. It is such a weird time. It's this COVID-19 virus has destroyed all kinds of things. My Costco. I used to love going to Costco. My wife's like, want to go to Costco? It's like, not really, because no more samples, right? You can't have samples. And it's like, what? It's destroyed for me. I'm like, dude, Costco's just, not as fun. Or, going out of town, a hotel. They don't have the jacuzzi open, the swimming pool's not open. It's just, and there's so much more. People really going through some difficult times, not just not having samples at Costco. Losing jobs, small businesses going out. It's just a really rough, tough time where it is very easy to get super just thinking about all the negative, because there is negative and there's confusion. And that's part of the reason we're doing Proverbs on Sunday, is to live wisely in God's world, to kind of counteract some of the misinformation and negative, and all the things that are going on with God's truth and God's encouragement and God's wisdom. And so I encourage you, Sunday morning, come by. It's really safe, and we have 2 services, so we can spread everybody out, and we would love to see you here on Sunday morning at 9 or 10:30 a.m. Or again, if you're not feeling well or you have a condition that, we definitely encourage you to stay home and watch on Facebook Live at 9 a.m. and then also on our YouTube channel, FCC Fillmore, 10:30-ish, because it takes a little while sometimes to load it up. But thank you so much for your continued encouragement, support, prayer. Definitely the power of prayer. So thankful for you, and thankful for our church. So God bless you.